Welcome back. Mike joins us with the Amarillo Zoo with probably the tiniest little snake I've ever seen, and unfortunately, sometimes I get a little sigh of relief because you say, oh, you can't find these here. These, however,
these you can.
Yep, this is called a New Mexico blind snake, and
so small.
it's almost full grown. They get about 6 to 8 inches long. That's the biggest they get.
Okay.
They're not very big, and when people do find them, they live under the ground, so you usually don't see them too often, but if you're like doing some gardening or maybe turning some rocks over, you may come across one, and they look a lot like a red worm.
Yeah.
So when people do see them, I think most people will just probably pass it off as some type of worm, but if you're able to look real close, which is kind of hard because they're so small, you can actually see their little forked tongue. They'll stick out just like other snakes. They do have scales. They have eyes, but they're non-functional. You know, 'cause they live underground. And in the wild, these guys will feed on termites and ant eggs. So
we need plenty of them, then.
Plenty of those. So if you have termites around, I guess you'd like to have a blind snake living close by.
And they actually are blind?
Yeah, they don't. Their eyes are not functional, but they have a really good sense of smell, just like a lot of the reptiles do with using their tongue. So they
and
have
he's pretty quick too. I'm
yeah,
impressed
they can move
how
pretty
fast
quick.
he is.
Like I said, when they get on the ground, they can scurry along pretty fast.
I know worms come out of the ground sometimes when it rains a lot. Do these do the same thing?
Yeah, they will. You know, a lot of times you hear people talking about like after a thunderstorm or something, when the ground gets really soaked, they'll sometimes see more of these because I think they're kind of pushed out of the ground because of the moisture.
So I guess another question is, do they make good fish bait?
Yeah.
So no worms do.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
I can hear you.
I'm sorry.
It's right there.
Yeah, well, you're sitting close to him.
Jeez. Oh, all right. Well, we also have a lot of fun things happening at the zoo this month. It's the perfect time to go out there because we just have some fun weather, but you always have fun events, too.
Yep. This coming Saturday, we have our annual If I Drew the Zoo event. So it's from 9:30 till noon that day, so it's in the cooler part of the morning. But we're partnering up with the Amarillo Museum of Art. We have Andy Chase Cundiff there. He's a local artist that does a lot of great caricatures. We're going to have the watercoloring by design, the Watercoloring Society, and we're going to set up throughout the zoo. Animals and art's a great mixture. So we're going to have these little stations set up on the zoo for kids can either watch local artists do paintings, or they can actually participate themselves. So we're going to have chalk art, murals, watercoloring, all kind of stations for kids to do their own little artwork and see some live animals while they're there. Our animals are actually going to participate too. So our tigers and lions and our lemurs are going to finger paint. And or try at least. They're not real good at it, but our lions and tigers will do their form of artwork too for the public to see.
And that's a really active time for those guys too. In the morning hours.
They're up and active, and before they start taking their naps during the heat of the day.
Hard life of a zoo animal. Well, Mike, thank you so much. Again, that happens June 9th. It's just $1 for kids to get in, so you can't beat that.
You can't.
We appreciate it. We'll see you next week. We'll be right back.